believe it. What a long week with us.
Thank God there's never
nothing to talk about
on Saturdays. So Friday we can relax.
What is Saturday going to bring? That's what I want to know.
He's gone golfing for like
one hell of a week.
You know what you called last Friday?
Failure Friday. So what do we call this one?
Did that make you sick? It did, didn't it? There's a cure.
It could happen to anyone. You find yourself listening to their smarmy, self-congratulatory rhetoric.
Terrible.
They're all terrible.
What would we say to our children about this?
You get headaches and nausea when you hear their insatiable desire for the spotlight.
I know you never watch this show, Donald, but whatever show you're watching is making you crazy.
It's called Morning Joe sickness.
I used to throw up from 6 to 9 a.m. every morning, and I had no idea why.
But now there's hope with Remotrex. Remotrex uses a highly advanced laser technology to stop the sounds of TV's most outspoken social climbers from ever penetrating your ear holes, so you can go about your day as nature intended.
Before, I used to just suffer through Morning Joe sickness, but not anymore. Thanks, Remotrex.
And if you can't afford a prescription for Remotrex, there's now an easy-to-use over-the-counter solution. Ask your doctor about Remotrex today. Side effects may include smiling and feeling better about yourself.
So here's a question.
Have you seen any Russians in West Virginia or Ohio or Pennsylvania? Are there any Russians here tonight? We didn't win because of Russia. We won because of you. That I can tell you.
So every reporter should listen to that, especially the cheers. What does that tell you? It tells you that they don't give a rat's ass about Russia. And if you oust a president over Russia, you'll deal with the flip side of those cheers, which looks like this. See, I don't want those people to get angry. Of course, the big reveal at that rally on Thursday was this.
Today, I'll tell you as West Virginians, I can't help you anymore being a Democrat governor. So tomorrow, I will be changing my registration to Republican.
Wait a second. Hold on. I want to see that again, but can we have a spot shadow?
Today, I'll tell you as West Virginians,
from now on, that's how I'm putting my hat on. So that Democrat governor became a Republican. But was this really a surprise? A billionaire coal baron turns Republican? It's as shocking as finding out that old rich guy from Monopoly is a banker. Did you think he worked for PETA? So now Republicans scored another governor. It's like getting a free upgrade without spending a dime. Amazing, Democrats keep losing elections even when there are no elections to lose. The Democratic Party, they're like the guy who falls asleep at the bus stop and wakes up completely naked with his eyebrows shaved and a weenie drawn on his forehead. It happened once. And yet the media obsesses over leaks.
It's extraordinary to see these entire transcripts, and we should keep in mind as we talk about all the quotes, this is coming straight from White House aides.
Give an inside look at how Trump handles diplomacy, subjecting even the strongest of U.S. allies to threats and insults.
Trump says, you have some pretty tough hombres in Mexico that you may need help with.
He says hombres. He says
bad hombres. I don't know why he does that, but he says bad hombres.
Oh, my God. What a bunch of ninnies. Fretting over words and old words, and a president who portrayed those words differently. So what? We always describe exchanges in a better light. That's what we do. For example, yesterday I asked Lou Dobbs out for lunch, and I recall him telling me that he'd love to go and that it's one of the few things in life that brings him joy. But maybe he remembers it differently.
Greg, let me be clear. Do not call me ever again, or I will immediately notify security. Also, stop sleeping in my yard, and stop sending me those nude pictures.
Lou. So, now the leaks prompted some strong words.
I have this warning for would-be leakers. Don't do it.
Somehow I'm not quaking in my boots. I think we need something harsher. Yes. Fact is, if you can't talk privately to world leaders, you can't govern. But maybe that's the point, to make it impossible for Trump to govern. But again, get rid of Trump, you're going to have to deal with this. So, there are two hunts going on right now. There's one group, the media, hunting for rabbits. Conversations, gaffes, and leaks. Words, basically. Now, there's another group, let's call them you, who focus on bigger game. ISIS, the economy, jobs, regulations, judges. Those are the whales, not the rabbits. They're the deeds, not the words. My theory, Trump's flawed. It's no secret. But millions accept his flaws because they believe he's a patriot. They accept his blemishes because he loves his country. Which may be why, when Trump does bad, those who slam him look worse. Their outrage, drenched in moralism, turns small stuff into grave concerns, missing what impacts our daily lives. Hombres, oh my God, hombres. They see rabbits and they think they're whales. But we know better. If ISIS is ruined, do I care if Trump's stories are loosely based? Hell no. Trump's stories are like Obama's girlfriends, composites. So, remember that? The media keeps chasing rabbits and missing the whales. Last week, Anthony Scaramucci resigned, lasting as long as that sore I got on my lip at Club Med. There's a new measurement. Anything that takes 5 days to clear up, it's a mooch. But don't worry about him. He'll land on his hair. But his exit is the rabbit. What the exit reveals is the whale. It's an establishment of order. A chain of command is in place. You may have lost Mooch, but you got General Kelly. That's a net plus. So at week's end, let's take stock. ISIS is still being destroyed. The VA got a new health care system, 209,000 new jobs. The stock market's climbing, as is your 401k. The Paris Accords are still gone. Gorsuch is still here. General Kelly is steering the ship. And we scored an extra governor. And this still is getting done, given all the animosity. Trump's got more enemies than Fox News. How is that possible? It's not so much deep state as it is deep hate. So all in all, a good 6 months, even if it felt like 6 years. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so wise that owls come to him for advice. Author of Up in the Air and columnist at Harper's Magazine, Walter Kurd. His dimples run as deep as his intellect. Creator and host of The Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. Yeah! Her laundry detergent is the opposite of cheer. Co-host of Fox News specialist, Kat Tibbs. The Great Wall of China is the belt to his bathrobe. Former bodyguard, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right, Walter. Where do you want to, you take it wherever you want to go. You want to talk about the leaks? You want to talk about the week? You want to talk about the
I want to take the second to talk about Jim Acosta versus Stephen Miller.
That's in the B block.
Well, can we do it now?
Well, you can do it now, but we're going to come back.
Okay, well, then I'll talk about this. I think, I think that you've got it exactly right. Trump has been saying, look over here, and he's been, governing over here.
Right.
And every 6 months, people are going to look up and see this country has changed, and they're still going to be talking about Russia on the other side. So, you know, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, exactly. If they're look at the shiny bauble, and all of a sudden the economy is doing great. Dave, what do you make of all of this?
Greg, I've been on this show a couple times over the last couple months, and each time I've said it can't get dumber.
Yeah.
I've officially thrown that commentary out the window. It can get dumber, and it's going to keep getting dumber. And the media, they can't stop.
No.
They can't stop. They're addicted, and we're in a lot of trouble. If that's the media we have to trust.
Yeah. It's always, they can't let go. They can't let go, Kat. Do you think that there's legitimate concerns there, or they're just so emotionally tied to hating Trump that they can't figure out a way out of it?
I think it's both. I think that there are some legitimate concerns, but also I think they wake up every day saying, how can I get Trump, and what's a negative story? But it's better when instead of getting mad, he does the little funny, petty stuff, kind of like that rally, where he literally brought him on to hold a whole rally for this guy becoming a Republican. It's just like, nah. It's like when you go through a breakup and you post all these pictures with like your new hot guy. You don't even actually have to know him, by the way. You can just like ask a guy that's good looking. I've heard of people doing that to make other people jealous. It was like that on steroids and then more steroids. So that was pretty funny.
I like how, Kat, you bring everything back to some kind of tortured part of a relationship you might have been involved in.
Well, no, I mean just like this person I know.
Okay, yes.
All mine are very healthy.
Well, that eliminates you then, because you don't know yourself, do you? Tyrus!
Yeah.
What do you think what's the big story this week from your perspective in this Trump world?
Some punk-ass leakers. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, you're trying to embarrass the president. If you listen to me negotiate on buying a new car, I was the exact same conversation I had. Listen, man, there's hombres everywhere. I need bulletproof this, I need this. He's making deals. He's talking to a guy whose English is his second language, so he threw in some Spanish to build some camaraderie. He said hombre. He didn't say like whatever the cuss word is in Spanish that can't come to my mind right now. He was trying to talk to him. And you took that stuff and then you read it. And if you took a letter or a text you wrote me, I could read that 8 different ways and make it sound negative.
That's true, because the problem with these transcripts is there's no tone. There's no tone. And Trump's a salesman. That's what he does. He talks to people.
He was talking to him in that one line they keep going to. When he was talking to the Australian, I don't like Australia anyway. I can't. I was there. I've been there 3 times. Ain't gonna be 4.
Do you know who owns his company? An Australian.
Well, he's American, though, right?
Well, yeah, he's American, I believe.
And he's a Murdoch?
Yes.
I might have it in there, but that's neither here nor there. But my point is, he was making a point. He said it was easier to talk to Putin than you, bruh, and you're supposed to be my ally. And he's like, oh, he said he liked talking to Putin. He was making a point.
Yeah. By the way, that point you were making is Tyrus's last name is actually Murdoch.
Spoiler alert, thanks. I've been hiding.
It was purely nepotism. That's what it was.